Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today, on the day when we finally get Explorer Anthology, Historic Anthology, our Midweek Magic is standard. Actually, also to top it off, there's also an announcement that um, Al- Alchemy has banned. It's actually a weird ban. I think that showed up. I have no idea, but they also are announcing the Alchemy rotation as well. So having standard for Midweek Magic, I guess it's kind of weird. Usually, you'd assume that they'd want to promote Explorer or Historic right away. Maybe we'll get them in the next weeks. Anyway, so it's supposedly standard. It's been a long time since I last touched standard. Pretty much once you start going Explorer and slash Pioneer, you don't exactly go back. But let's do the simple gotta go fast strategy. So we're gonna go with mono red. And for full disclosure, this is a stock mono red deck list. You can find this on mtgdecks.net, and this one's listed by Scoobers. But I think I've seen other people start playing this list. In fact, I would say that pretty much on the two test games I did for Midweek Magic, I faced off against the same deck. Go figure. Anyway, so what does our deck have? 4 copies of Kumano faces Kakazan, air quotes a creature. It's a creature eventually, but it does have pretty good effects. Pairs pretty well with our Monastery Swiftspear and kind of with Phoenix Chick as well. Usually the number one issue with mono red is how to get continuous card advantage, because once you empty your hand, it's and you're not able to win. It's kind of a dangerous situation for you. So we'll talk about those. So Bloodthirsty Adversary, it's okay early, 2 mana, 2/2 haste. It's also okay pretty late when you get to 5 mana. You can easily buy back your one of your plethora of removal spells. 3 copies of Feldon. Pretty much if Feldon is dealt damage, you get some card advantage. You get a card. It's not much, but it's still there. New from Aftermath, 3 copies of Furnace Punisher. I think this is what pretty much replaced Chandra Dress to Kill. Although I will note that Chandra Dress to Kill is also in the sideboard. Pretty much gives you a menace threat and is a way to punish multicolored Grixis decks. 2 damage continuously, forces them to spend a removal spell. And a single copy of Squee. Nothing like having a continuous threat that you can keep playing over and over again. We also then our standard 4 Play with Fire, 4 Lightning Strike, 2 copies of Strangle, 2 copies of Nahiri's Warcrafting. Also a way to get extra cards. If you're able to flip Invasion of Tarkir, this is actually quite a big deal. Also, I would say that I was kind of scared of this one when my opponent was able to flip this off. Thankfully, I did eventually. What I did was I played this. I paid the extra cost. I played back on the Here's Warcrafting. Took out their dragon half. All's well and good. Also of note, we're just running 23 lands, 2 copies of Sokinzan for additional creatures, 3 copies of Mishra's Foundry. Again, the big risk is that if you do run out of cards and you start flooding, it's kind of over. But you either go big or go home. At least this deck plays really quickly, so there is that. And we're gonna just start playing, right away. Hopefully this is a really fast episode, but otherwise it's just a pretty decent episode at that. I'm not really showing the deck list. If you want to check the deck list out, and yeah, we're gonna keep this one. So the question is, how many other decks are we gonna play that? How many of our opponent's decks are gonna be mono red? So far, we're two. I would say I'm 2 for 2 on Midweek Magic, doing red decks. I guess we're 3. So there is an argument for just going for this one. Yeah, let's just go for this one right now. If we can stall out our opponent's board presence, it's pretty fine. Rada's Firebrand. I would not say that's the best option here. Since I was gonna play it sorcery speed anyway, I play invasion first. Opponent now holding back. It's also tempting to kind of hold back the bloodthirsty adversaries as well. Especially since we're about to... Oh, never mind. Opponent conceded. That is the main danger if you're able to clear out your opponent's early threats. Did you have fun in the match? Of course, yeah, I did have fun. But that is not a very honest assessment, to be honest. Yeah, so I have no idea what our opponent kept in hand, but it's probably telling if they conceded right away. Even when they do have Mishra's, when they do have Mishra's to serve as an emergency pseudo creature. Yeah, Mishra's Foundry, not quite Mishra's Factory. Still, it's still something pretty decent. Let's see. Okay, this is definitely keepable. Turn 1 Kumano into turn 2 Bloodthirsty Adversary is pretty solid. I'm sorry that we're the boring deck this time. Oh, this time it's black. Okay. So having Kumano actually changes a lot of math. For example, if our opponent is going for cut down. So here we can actually go Monastery Swift Spear, play KFK, gives us a nice 3-4. Pretty decent sequence, and our opponent's gonna need an actual removal. Well, they can still cut this down though. So I was thinking of using Bloodthirsty Adversary instead, but this is fine. Opponent going for Liliana of the Veil, might make a sack. Yeah, sure.
But I'm taking the credit. Sacrifices must be made.
Opponent actually holding back. Makes sense because we were... In which case, we're gonna go Invasion of Tarkir. And because of Kumano, we actually take out that thread. Basically, this might be the best creature in most situations. Direction Flesh Gorger. Let's see, ward equal to power. Sure, we take 3. Yeah, definitely playing this as a land. Yeah, we'll take 3. I don't know if Mono Black's been good recently. Yeah. Opponent does go for the cut down, that's fine. Let's get it out of the way. I'm gonna do a check. Yeah, we can get back Lightning Strike with Bloodthirsty Adversary if we have to. Let's see, opponent plays Shieldred. Pretty nasty. Yeah, we'll just leave it be. Well, I want to see if our opponent blocks. There's a good chance they don't block. And we can instead just play with fire here. So I probably should have just done this at instant speed, not so that we can deny them some removal. Yeah, the timing was off. Opponent hasn't evolved Sleeper, hasn't been good in quite a while. Opponent can make this a 3/3 with Death Touch, so. Also, let's do a double check. Deals 2 damage to any target. Sure. Now they will have to pay. down. We probably just, if our opponent swings, I evolve Sleeper again. Opponent might start swinging, I guess. Actually, the fact that they're holding back is actually quite decent in terms of discipline. So I'm gonna swing, but this time I'm gonna go for Shield Dread. Technically, I could have also activated the Bloodthirsty Adversary as well. And let's do that now. Kind of, honestly, that was a weird sequence. I would even dare say that was a mistake. And you have to remember to click the card to actually cast it. You don't want to goof that up. So our opponent can actually spend to... Okay, they can make it into a 3/3. They can spend again to make it into a 4/4, in which case they just chump block. Yeah, it looks like our opponent's kind of flooded. They're gonna go for it, try to draw a card. Do they hit anything interesting? Nope, they don't. In fact, I think yeah, as soon as I could just start swinging with Dragon. There we go. We actually survived that one. Kind of close. Nahiri's War, and that 5 toughness, it does explain why Nahiri's Warcrafting is there. Mono Red's usual weakness are creatures with really high toughness values. If we expect Mono Green to make a comeback someday, the Polukranos is going to be an issue. But honestly speaking, it's really going to just be Shield Dread for the foreseeable future. So that's what we're looking up for. So that would be, I would say, for this Midweek Magic, I've faced off against 3 Mono Red decks, 1 on camera, and 1 Mono Black deck. Seems like the world of Mono. In fact, I've heard there's a Mono White deck making the rounds. Okay, definitely keeping this. We got a 1-2-3, good decent 1-2-3 setup. Mono Red into a KFK. So there is an argument for holding back Play with Fire, but the only thing it's gonna hit after a KFK is Phoenix Chick, so yeah, it's gonna miss these other guys, so the best bet is to just swing. In fact, I'm gonna hold this back just so that I have an out against I have an out against Etching of Kumano. Also a bit annoying that I will lose the XL card if I... Yeah, and also the Prowess triggers a bit of a mistiming also. We'll see, maybe I draw a Lightning Strike or a Strangle and I can just use those instead. Opponent seems to be stalled. Okay, there's our Lightning Strike. Let's see, maybe our opponent has removal in response for one of these, which is fine. Yeah, they have their own Lightning Strike, so yeah, kind of overkill there, but we managed to clear their threat out. We'll take that. In fact, that means that if our opponent plays another threat, I can go Nahiri's Warcrafting and potentially cast something. Oh, opponent's going face. They really... That probably tells us that they have a bunch of 3 mana cards. So they're really... So they did that on upkeep. That tells us that, yeah, that one of those lands was a mountain. Possible that they already had it. And that's just another KFK. I could go for Bloodthirsty Adversary now. Yeah, it kind of wastes a bit of tempo, but I'm gonna go for it because we need to start catching up on the board. Also, this is pretty much clearly tells us our opponent is playing a creature. Hopefully, it's not Squee, because that would be really annoying. Hopefully, it's Furnace. It's the Furnace guy, Furnace Punisher. Oh no, it was Chandra. So does our opponent?
I'm with
So this is the classic build.
Might as well give up already.
Does our opponent have? Oh, they hit their own monastery spear. That's fine. So, ooh, this is an interesting one. We could go squee, but I think our opponent is. Yes. So what's this? 4.
No, why?
Well, technically I'm losing. I'm the one who should be moaning OY. The opponent does have theirs. Not able to buy anything back. We'll just take 4, go down to 3. Very dangerous situation for us. But let's see. End the festivities. Not too bad. Okay, so let's do some math here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not enough. So realistically, our best answer is no. We could have done 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we could have won. I goofed up. I should have gotten lightning strike casted on our opponent. I made a mistake there. So we'll just pull the etching. We're just gonna swing with Spear because I messed up. If our opponent draws a spell, we're dead. Nope, they drew a land, so this one is still a problem. And now we're just flooding. So I will swing. Yeah, I'm trying to set it up to force our opponent. Yeah. Opponent can still win next turn. Yeah, I goofed up. I could have won that one. So the mistake was I should have gotten lightning strike aimed face. Do they have a removal spell? Oh no, okay, so we made the critical mistake there, but thankfully our opponent did not recover from that. I would have been kicking myself if we lost that one. So to all those people that keep saying that mono red is mindless, no, that is so not true. You're just salty that a cheaper deck can beat a more expensive deck. Actually, now that I think of it, yeah. If just looking at the best of one list, 6 mythics, the adversaries and the 2 invasion targeteers. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rares. If you add the lands, 11 rares. Okay, definitely keeping this one. When it goes Swift Spear 1. It's tempting to go KFK here. In fact, I probably do. Because early KFK sets up a lot of advantage. I'm thinking of turn 1 KFK, turn 2 Felden. Now turn 3, we will be able to go Lightning Strike plus Strangle. Opponent might deal a lot of damage to us. Okay, so far it's just creatures. So I'm actually going to swing first. Then Strangle Felden to deny them the card advantage. Oh no, it's when it's dealt damage, so it's not a death trigger. So you're still gonna get 3 cards, which is they're gonna get 3 cards anyway. They only got they only got KFK as an actual. So probably end the turn there. We're going to cast Monastery Swift Spear on. We're gonna cast Lightning Strike on one of their Swift Spears. Opponent will need 2 back-to-back. Okay, they're not trying to save it. We're still gonna take like another Feldon. We're probably gonna lose this one just off the back of excess damage here. Now I will note that I can actually channel this. So 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna see if we can kind of survive this. Feldon being a legendary helps quite a bit. Screep. Ooh, target opponent. So yeah, it's over. We won't have a way to. We can defend against 2, but we can't defend against the third one. Did not expect Invasion Brigata. It's. I think that's 3 mana deal 4. Pretty decent, I would say. That's an interesting tech option. I am also acknowledging there's a bit of a slowdown here. It's kind of scaring me a bit. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay, this one, admittedly very scary, but we will keep this one. Turn 1 KFK, turn 2 Phoenix Chick, or Lightning Strike if we have to. Opponent. Yeah, still mono red. Though Vodalian Epicure, not usual for the list. Still gonna go KFK. Early KFK is always good. Opponent goes into Feldon, so I probably just want to go Phoenix Chick here. Problem is we could we will have KFK to go on blocking duty. We will have a Furnace Punisher on standby. Depends on what another Voldaren Epicure. I guess helping Voldaren Epicure is a way to keep your curve low instead of running these larger creatures. So I probably still want to play Furnace Punisher because it's still a 3/3. It will block these guys all day. Gonna swing with the Phoenix Chick because it's not like it's blocking anytime soon. Opponent did have to play with fire. So also do note that this is 1, 2, 3, 4. We blocked the Epicures. See if our opponent has another burn spell. Just to play with fire there, that's fine. We have our own Strangle. They attack with 3 or more creatures, so 1 haste creature will actually bring this back, so that's a concern. I might just want to snipe the... No, we'll still snipe the Phoenix Chick. We'll force them to have that creature. In fact, it looks like our opponent's gonna start cracking Blood Token. Wait, no, they had the Lightning Strike. Opponent, that was a good fake out. Opponent might actually go for realsies now. Unfortunately, we flooded really hard here, so not like this was blocking anyway. Until the end of your next turn. So I want to delay this for as long as possible to just not give them an additional creature. Okay. Opponent did hit quite a few good stuff. Yep. Though they did go for End of Festivities. That's a weird shot. Now this is a red or artifact source, so yeah, that would wipe it. Oh, it also dealt damage. It also deals damage to us as well. Yeah, couldn't really do anything about that. Again, surprisingly, that is not the newest build. If they moved away from Chandra, Chandra Dress to Kill, they definitely moved away from Mechanized Warfare as well. Which is to say, it's interesting. It's not bad. It's just different. Let's just go for one more match. Also, kind of concerned my download upload speed. Well, it's actually fine. It's not what I'm expecting since I've already done hardline. It could just be having a network switch. Anyway, turn 1 KFK into turn 2 Swift Spear with Play with Fire Strangle backup is pretty good. Okay, this is standard speed. Oh, it's actually going higher. Okay. I was gonna say 69, no, it only went 61. Though the upload speed actually slowed down a bit. Hey, mono white, something different. Now, I probably want to... Actually gonna swing. I'm gonna swing first. The odds of our opponent actually blocking is quite low. I suspect our opponent might have laid down arms. Anyway, let's just hold this back. I want to see what else they drop. I'm willing to just trade damage here for now. I don't need to... And I don't need to play with fire right away. We can play with fire afterwards. So... Probably Strangle since we're aiming it on a creature anyway. And another KFK, because why not? We don't necessarily have a creature lined up, but we might as well get it. We might as well get our 2/2 haste down the road. Opponent has an Adeline. So opponent does... No, they're gonna swing for it. Do I want to actually play this as a land when I don't actually have to? So I'm gonna swing with both of these. I want to see how our opponent blocks here. If they block the etching, I just play with fire the etching, which that's expected. Yeah, we'll hold this back. Because if we draw another land, I could just drop Soken'Zan. Opponent does have another Adeline, but they're now going to be on... Yeah, they're now on hold back. So I do have to play one of these. If I swing with these two, it just trades with these two and only the 2 tokens get through, so that's so not worth it. No, it doesn't even trade with those two. I just lose these two. This one just blocks one. I'm gonna pass. Again, this is an X4, so that's why Nahir's Warcrafting is quite important. We're probably gonna lose this one in the long term if we don't hit. Opponent probably takes etching, which is fine. I want to see how our opponent deals with this. Ooh, they're committing Adeline. They might have a pump effect, which is... I'm actually kind of tempted to... Because our opponent could just block with these. I kind of just want to wait. Yeah. Block that one, get that out of the way. Our opponent's going to get this in for quite a bit, so I'm going to actually just wait. Okay. We do have one play with fire. Strangle is also an option. Triple Adeline, come on! The Guardian, it's a little less annoying. But yeah, we're gonna have 3 copies of Adeline. Yeah, this is a lost match. So yeah, you win quickly, but you lose quickly. So, but hey, if it's just for Midweek Magic, you don't want to invest a lot. This is actually quite a good choice. Like if you consider how many rares our opponent played for their mono white deck. They played Italia, they played Brutal Qatar, they played Adeline. They're even playing Guardian of New Benalia. That's a lot of rares to invest. In. And take note, a lot of them are supposed to rotate out if we did not have an extended standard. So if you're just starting out, maybe you don't want to invest so much into rares. This would be a good option. Though I will. Okay, yeah, we're keeping this one. Turn 1 KFK, turn 2 Feldon. It's quite good. Usually, turn 1 KFK kind of changes the entire pace of your match. Opponent also into mono red, also got their KFK. Oh, got backup Feldon. Let's see, do they have a Feldon to match? Falcon Rat Pit Fighter. Ooh, bit cheap. Into a Monastery Swift Spear. I'll be honest, I would prefer to buff up the Swift Spear instead. I think our opponent made that decision on the basis that on the basis that we have opponent conceded right there. They made that decision on the basis that we have a 3/3 Feldon. So they wanted something that could trade rather than just chump block. But you have to remember that mono red, most of their damage spells deal 2 damage. Actually, no. In terms of volume, most of their damage spells would deal 3 damage. It's the 4 lightning strikes, the 2 strangles. Actually, no, it's not even. It's just the same number. Yeah, it's the same number between play with fire, lightning strike, invasion of Tarkir. So you're kind of doing a 50-50 on what gets removed anyway. So I guess that is a harder choice to state which one you go for. I probably would have valued having the higher toughness because the lower toughness, any removal spell would deal with it. The higher toughness, you've invalidated 6 out of my 14 possible removal spells. That's one option to consider. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on the notifications and whatnot. If you're interested in this deck list, do check the link in the description. Many thanks to Scoobers for grinding out all those games just to get us the info. Pretty comprehensive and all that. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.